So here we are for yet another unboxing, and this time we have the ZLL SG202MAX, which is a 120 scale little four-wheel drive monster truck. It is the Beast Max. I think it's from the same family as the other Beast Max that I had, which I think was a 1/18 scale or something like that from memory. So this one is obviously a little bit smaller, comes pretty well equipped, has the battery, radio, has LED lights, looks really, really cool, and is available in two colors. There's a red one and there's also a green one. Let's get rid of that box and let's have a look at what we've got here. Of course, as you saw in the unboxing, everything comes fully built and ready to go. There's our little truck, here's our radio, and here's what else you get in the box. You have a little baggie here. It has, if the camera would focus on this would be great, there we go. It has a little Phillips screwdriver, the USB charger. There's a little plastic cross wrench in there, which I think is used for like to take off your wheels. And you got a couple of spare body pins as well, which is pretty handy. So that's included. There's also two manuals in here. One's in English, one's not. The English one, which we're going to look at real quick, has your basic information, how to plug the battery in, how to adjust your radio, all that sort of stuff. And then there's how to control the RC as well. And then we have exploded views. And then at the back here, there's also part numbers, more exploded views. So pretty decent manual, I think, for what you get. And then of course you have the radio and the truck. So this radio is actually not bad at all. It has a really nice chunky grip, which feels really good in the hand, to be honest. The trigger is pretty well weighted for what it is, actually really, really good. And the wheel itself has a nice foam surround, which is actually quite soft and comfortable. However, the springs on the wheel don't feel very strong. They don't feel like, it kind of feels like they're almost getting stuck. So it'll be interesting to see how this works with steering. Yeah, that's probably my only concern as far as the controls. The trigger feels really good. It's got a nice sturdy base there as well, so you can stand it up. Or of course you can lay it down this way. It does not go nose first unless you lean it on the actual steering wheel. Now, one thing that is annoying about this radio is the batteries and how you load them up. So it's got a little door back here, but the only way to take this door out is to undo this screw, which is a machine screw. It's not a self-tapping screw. It's got a little washer on the other side of it as well. So this kind of just tilts up. It doesn't come off. And then you load your battery up, load your batteries in here, which go inside the handle, which is fine, but that's kind of annoying. Thankfully you don't have to do that very often because batteries generally in these remotes will last you quite a while. Also has a little loop here for a lanyard if you want to hook something onto it. And then as for the controls, we've actually got a pretty comprehensive amount of controls here. So as I'll try and get up nice and close to the camera here without the glare of the light. We have our on-off switch just here, the little button. We have steering trim, throttle trim, steering dual rate and throttle dual rate over here. And then we've got a couple of buttons here to control the LED lights on the car. And then over here is your reverse switches. That's a little toggle to reverse the direction of your channels. No collapsible antennas or anything like that to break off. And yeah, as long as there's no like massive delay with this, with the radio, and I don't have any range issues, this could actually be a pretty good radio. And now we get to move on to the little truck itself. And I tell you what, for a 120 scale, this is actually a pretty good size. Looks really, really nice. It's got a little wheelie bar back here. It's got a usable spare tire on the back too, so you can take that off and actually use that. Not that many people would. Now, you'll notice that there's a sticker on here. That is because the plastic film, the outer plastic film is still on the body. You kind of need to peel this off to get the full shine and detail of the body. So I'm leaving it on for now, but maybe I'll give you guys some overlays or something like that a bit later on when the whole video is done and I can peel all this off. So front LED lights, not just on the front bumper here or on the grille, but also up the top here, there's some LED lights. And this is the really cool thing. You've actually got LEDs underneath as well as these aluminium plates to reinforce the chassis, which is pretty good. You don't see that very often, actually. So the only thing that's got me concerned is I don't know what the decision was here. I don't know if you guys can see, but the actual lights stick out further than the chassis. So I don't understand why they did that. I would have the lights recessed back from the chassis. Let the chassis take all the impacts and the scratches and the bumps, and these plastic covers, let them be a little bit higher and be a little bit recessed. Now, hopefully these are strong enough to take some impacts. I mean, this isn't a very heavy car, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this lasts and how that goes. As we move on to the rest of the car, suspension-wise, non-oil-filled shocks, a little bit of a letdown there. Would have liked to have seen some oil-filled shocks in here, but whatever. The tyres themselves actually don't feel too bad. I don't know if they've got any foam in them. They probably don't. If they do, it's a very open cell foam. But the rubber compound itself, you know, yeah, it's medium to hard. It's not a soft rubber compound, but it looks like it may hold up okay. The tread pattern is actually not that bad. And it only has the one tiny little screw there to keep the wheels on. Now, taking the body off is an interesting one because they have two body pins on the front here. So we can take those off. And then they have these little twist tabs on the back here, right? So you got to twist these up and they line up to the little holes on the plastic body, and then you can remove the body. Now, you need to be careful when doing this because there is a wire that's connected to the ESC for the LEDs that are on the actual body. And unfortunately, they didn't give us a lot of length here. I mean, this is how much length there is, right? There's not a lot. It would be nice to have another inch or two of length just so you could really move the body off to the side. So I'm going to very gently take this off so we can actually have a better look at it. You can see there's a tiny little board there, and they've put a bit of hot glue, what looks like hot glue, just on top to stop the wire from ripping out of the solder joints. And then there's a wire that runs through the front here and connects up to these front LEDs. And then there's one that runs as well somewhere and connects up to this front LED. It actually runs through the center. You can't see it, but it runs through the center here and plugs in to this LED bar. Aside from that, actually pretty sturdy little roll cage that they got going on here. Very, very sturdy. So it should take quite a few hits. Yeah, actually we'll leave that there. Why not? And let's have a look at the chassis itself. And there it is in all its glory. So little wheelie bar at the back here, as I said. The shocks themselves, non-oil filled, but they do have these little aluminium caps. We have a wire that runs all the way down to the back here, which has a little tiny LED at the back. This will either stay steady on red or will actually blink really rapidly in red. And then, of course, you have the underglow lights, which also have a multitude of different functions, which I may show you in some overlay footage, because they'll you can change different colors. You can have it set to one where it changes colors by itself, like really smoothly. And then there's another one where the LEDs kind of run up the sides in, again, various different colors. So it's a really cool LED system they've got going on here. The ESC is a 2-in-1, so it's both ESC and receiver. You can see the little receiver antenna just sitting there. So if you want to change out radios, you're going to have to change out the ESC as well, which is a bummer, because there's no other way of doing that. And then we've got our little motor here, a little brushless motor with a heat sink already built in. Steering servos back here. Got our steering columns here. We've got metal CVDs on the front as well. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. And we have standard metal dog bones in the rear. So nice metal drive line going through there, which is good. The battery included. Let's take this off. I don't even know what battery comes with this. I think it's a 2S. Yes, here we go. It's a 2S. So 7.4 volt, 850 milliamp, which should, you know, for this tiny little thing, it should work quite well. You can, of course, charge it with the USB plug with the supplied charger, or if you've got your own charger, then you can charge this up as per, you know, like a normal LiPo battery. And that's pretty much it. You don't really have any adjustments on the shocks. There's no adjustments for tow or camber or anything like that. It's a very simple little car. And, you know, it comes with a JST connector, which is pretty standard for this type of thing. I'm really hoping that this actually does well, you know. I don't know if this will run 3S. I'm going to have to investigate it a little bit and see if this will actually take a 3-cell, because it would be absolutely mental to have a car this small with a 3S LiPo in it. I think it'll be crazy. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Stay tuned. I will have a running video out soon. Normally with little cars like this, I'd like to get out and do the unboxing and the run all at once, but weather hasn't been nice to me at the moment, so I'm separating it. I've got the car, you know, doing the unboxing here, and then we'll do the running video a little bit later on. As I said, this was sent to me by Banggood, so big shout out to them for sending this out for review. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be speaking to you all next time.